everybody, happy Tuesday. Feels like a Monday with the long weekend. I hope you got out and did some nice things because we've got some rain over here for the next few days. So today I wanted to talk about movement. And I'm not talking about exercise per se, I'm really talking just about moving our bodies. And you know, when we think about how we take care of our bodies, we do things every day that we may not even realize that we're doing as part of taking care of our bodies. For example, we brush our teeth every day, yeah? But we don't necessarily always move with intention every day. When we go through the motions, we do the things that we need to do, and we're not finding time in the day just to move. Now, it can be as simple as standing regularly, right? So we've got lives that we spend sitting down. And the more that we sit down, the longer we sit down in this position, in these 90 degrees at the knees and at the hips, the tighter our hips get. So something as simple as just standing up regularly, it extends the hip joints and it allows us to get a bit of a stretch in there and reduce some of the tightness that we feel. Having said that though, even if you're somebody that has to do a lot of sitting, there's a lot of movement that you can do even from a sitting position. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk a little bit about movement, and then we're going to do a little bit of movement together, okay? So like I said, standing is a big one. When I talk to people about moving our bodies, it's not ever to burn calories. It is to keep our joints mobile, keep our blood circulating, keep us feeling good, keep our moods lifted. So that's why even a small amount of movement in a day can really, really make a difference to your overall health. Because the truth of the matter is, exercise in and of itself is not really great for weight loss. Like, how many people do you know, and maybe you've done this too, I know I have, where we think, okay, I'm going to start exercising regularly, and then the weight doesn't shift the way we expect it to. It's because we shouldn't be exercising necessarily to burn calories. We should be exercising to feel good. And that's why I really encourage people to find activity that they enjoy. And if you enjoy an activity, but it's just not really like clicking for you, like maybe you really enjoy, for example, taking a bar class, you like the movement, but maybe you don't dig the teacher, or you don't dig the other people that are in the place, or it's not convenient, try another bar class, right? So try different instructors. It can just be the participants. Maybe the Tuesday night class is awesome and the Thursday night class stinks. Who knows, right? So find something that you really enjoy. But again, we're not really talking about exercise today. We're talking about movement. So if we can mobilize our joints throughout the day, doing things like standing, that's why if you have a Fitbit or whatever, like mine yells at me if I don't get enough steps in a day. Starting off the day with a simple stretch or simple mobility is great. So I'm going to show you, we're going to go through something together today, just like a simple, I think it ends up being about 10 minutes, but it doesn't even have to be 10 minutes. 5 minutes a day, every day, is far better than a 1 hour workout once a month or once every 2 weeks. Because again, it's about taking care of our bodies. They say motion is lotion, and they are not joking. I'm super passionate about helping people of all physical abilities, sizes, fitness levels move, because I can remember a time only 5 years ago when I struggled to walk on some days. My mobility was affected by my weight. I had some arthritis. I still have arthritis in my knees that I have to take care of. So for me, I say to people in my classes, if I have a long weekend where I haven't exercised, I feel rusty. Like I have to keep moving. Otherwise, I end up feeling worse than if I did something, and it can be very gentle. So let's stand up if you like. I'm going to keep the chair close by because you can use this chair to help with balance if you like. And I'm even going to show you some of the activities you can do from a seated position. Let me get some tunes on because I have to do it with music. That's just me, right? So, okay. So I'm hoping you can still hear me. This is just a bit of a background. All right, so we're going to start off by mobilizing all of our joints. I really like to do it in bare feet because then I can feel the ground and I can move my feet and my toes a little bit more. I'm going to turn this down. Sounds like Ed Sheeran, doesn't he? He's not. I can't afford his royalties. All right, so first of all, we're just going to step our feet into the ground. And you can spread your toes out nice and wide, and then just like let them come down into the ground. Yes, and then just like let them relax. And again, like spread them nice and wide. Oh, like even if you just did that in the morning, that would be a great start. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work our way up the body, and we're just gonna like move some stuff around, yeah? So lifting the heel off the ground, and we're just gonna let that ankle really easily, we're not pushing into anything, we're just moving, right? So this ankle has a large range of motion. We can move it up and down, side to side in a circle. If you want to, you can either hold on to something, or if you have good balance, you can rotate that ankle both ways. Now let's extend the knee. The knee is a hinge joint. When we do a lot of sitting, we get blood pooling in behind the knee. We can get swelling in the knee from sitting too long because it gets stuck in this position. So even if you're sitting in an office chair and just for a few minutes you can just extend that knee, that brings all kinds of blood into the quad muscles and it just loosens up that joint. Okay, let's move up to the hip. So again, the foot can come back onto the ground and now move from the hip joint. If you feel any parts that are feeling like they're tight or they're sore, you can feel little twinges, pay attention to that, right? Maybe you have a smaller range of motion. You can hold on to something. You can swing that hip forward and back, flexing and extending. The hip also goes side to side. The hip has tons of range of motion. It's a ball and socket joint, so you can even do a little circle. But keep in mind, you can also just do it right from here, yeah? All right, now let's get both of the hips going. Yow! No, this is not Zumba, the other way. That's tonight at 7:10. All right, now let's move up to the shoulder. So let's just move that shoulder around, forward, back, whatever feels good to you today. Again, this shoulder joint has a large range of motion. We can bring it out, back, forward, in a circle. Now elbows, moving down the arm. Elbows, wrists. How often do we move the wrists around on purpose? I don't do it very often. They have lots of range of motion and we spend a lot of time like this or like this, right? In this fixed position. So just every once in a while, sitting there, just put the phone down and just move your wrists around. Okay, let's do head. So very gently, ear to the shoulder. Again, like I said, we're not forcing. This isn't about flexibility. It's just about moving. Yeah? We can look down at our toes, up at the sky. Oh, that feels so nice. All right, other shoulder. Because we've got two. Oh, think about all the ways. And like I said, pay attention to anything that you're feeling in there. If it's feeling tight, try and move it a couple of times during the day. Just throughout the day, dust out those cobwebs. Elbows, wrists rather. All of these upper body exercises you can do sitting down, even at a desk. Yeah? Okay, let's come back to the hips. I want to take a moment just to also mobilize the spine. So rounding the back, giving yourselves a big hug. And then opening up the chest and getting a slight arch in the back. Face looks up to the sun. And then you can wiggle around the spine however it feels good. Okay, coming back down to this hip. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 after this. We can't go to massage therapists so easily yet, right? So we gotta make sure that we can give ourselves a little bit of a massage. You can hold on to a chair if you like, just to get some movement in that hip.
When we wake,
tight hips are a problem for so many people, and they do end up causing problems in our lower back, which is another problem that a lot of people have. Majority, in fact. Let's get down to the knee, hinge joint, yes, and down to the ankle. You can rotate it here, or with the foot on the ground. Reverse, the other side, whatever feels good. Now you can point and flex the toe. It's another great exercise. If you are stuck at a desk or you are stuck in a theater or something, someday in the future, you feel like your legs are tight, that pump, this flexing and pointing the toe uses your calf muscles. And which is like they call this the second heart because it does lots of pumping, so it helps with circulation. Yeah? All right. Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. Now, with our hips shoulder width apart, we're going to bend our knees. You can do this from a chair as well. And we're just going to take the arm, bending the knees, and coming up to the other side. Yes, we get a nice rotation in the torso. It's very gentle, but it's very effective. Let's switch sides. Let the head follow the hand so that we're continuing to have some more mobility in our neck. All right, let's go back to the first side. And we want to take a big circle all the way up. So when we're doing this, we're rotating our body, yes? So we're coming up, overhead, then we open up the chest and come back down. We're gonna do 4 on each side. Nice and slow, bend in those knees, toes are pointing forward. We'll do one more. Let's switch sides. With these simple movements, everybody can do. We'll do 2 more. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 after this, I promise. All right, now we're gonna do some frisbee throws. So what we're gonna do with our feet in the same hip width apart, I'm gonna do it once to show you. You're gonna reach across. You can see my toe is coming up here. Let me stand back a bit. So I'm reaching across as if I have a frisbee, and I'm going to come around, shift my weight, and let go of the frisbee behind me. So it looks like this. As much as you can, right? So we grab that frisbee, this heel is up, and we're in a nice rotation in the torso, and let it go. If it helps you to imagine that you were on a beach in Maui, go there. Let's do 2 more on this side. Make sure you're lifting those heels, and we're shifting our weight from one side to the other. Opens up the whole chest, gets a nice rotation of the spine. Let's try the other side. Here we go. And we want to keep that shoulder, that arm, no higher than shoulder height, yeah? Let's do 1 more together. Beautiful. All right. Let's take our feet a tiny bit closer together. We're going to bend our knees, taking this arm. So we're going to roll the shoulders forward, and we're going to trace the side of our body up and look to the sky. Now watch the hand come back down, round the shoulders, other side. Nice long stretch. On the other side, from seated position, it would look like this, allowing the shoulders to round, then come up. And round. side. Creating space in between the ribs. Okay. Let's do one more on the other side, even it out. All right, now I've got something for your back specifically because so many people have back stuff. This isn't pretty, it's called a zombie sway, but it feels so good. So, knees are bent, and we're gonna roll down like this, yes? So this is what it looks like from the side. Head is loose, and we're rounded in the back, and we're gonna sway side to side. So from the front, it looks like this. Head, no tension in the head. Oh, yes. And you're just swaying, hinging sort of from the waist. Now come back to center and roll up. Shoulders back. Let's do that again. Roll forward. Zombie sway back and forth. You could just do one of these. One of these a couple times a day, and your back will love you for it. Hold it here and roll up. Yes? Let's do one more. We're going to do one more of those. One more of those, and then I'll go one last exercise for you. Zombie sway. And roll up. Okay. Last exercise for you because I want to even things out. We've done a bit of this rounded shoulder. We spend a lot of time like that. I want us to end off with opening up the chest a little bit. So we're going to do swans. And what I want you to envision is that you are opening up giant swan wings, yes? So knees are bent, elbows come back. Let the arms reach back. I'm going to do this from the side to show you as well. And bring the arms forward, clasping them in the front. Then they come up overhead, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then, yes? Oh, this feels so good for the shoulder, abdomen, back, all of it. So from the side, it looks like this. Elbows come back, arms extend back, bring the hands forward, clasp and round back, standing up nice and tall. Don't let that pelvis come forward. Now bring the elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then last, unfurl your swan wings. Yes, let's do one more together. Elbows back, extend the arms, bring them around. Oh, you can let that chin come to the chest if you like. Now, reaching up, knees stay bent, elbows down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and beautiful, shake it out. Oh, do you feel any different than when we started today? I hope so. I hope that you do. One way that I like to end every single class or every piece of movement that I do, and I practice on my own as well, I take a deep breath in, shoulders come up, shoulders back, exhale, let the shoulders come down. Look how tall you're all standing. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in together. So here's the great thing about movement. The more you do, the more you can do. So I encourage you to find a way to move your body a little bit every day. Even little bits make a difference. Little bits day by day make a difference. So find something you like. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, but it can be something as simple as standing up throughout the day, going for a short walk outside, doing a mobilization exercise like that, moving all of those joints. Just keep moving. Movement is health. Movement is medicine. And last thing, if you do have things that are getting in the way of you moving, make sure you go and see a physiotherapist. I know a couple of great ones if you need to find one. So it's important that you keep that body moving just the same way that you keep your teeth sparkling clean. A little bit a day makes a big difference, guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.